Were there any pieces of advice from your trainers that kind of stuck with you that you took away from your time training to become a wrestler?
Absolutely. Steve Kern probably helped me. And I think if you ask, geez, all the guys that are champs now in WWE, from Sheamus to Raj to you name it, Kern's fingerprints are all over him. And one of the first things he taught us as a young man, I was really young, I was like 19, was always go up, always introduce yourself, and show respect because this is a respectful sport, driven by respect. And I think that was one of the best things he ever, showed and told us. Look a man in the hand and shake his hand. Obviously, wrestling handshake's a little different in the business world, but still the same principles apply. Just be humble. And I think that's helped me out a lot in the regular world in business where I've been fortunate and very successful, more so than wrestling for that matter. But I think that was one of the best pieces of advice that I ever got from Steve. And he was always the guy that got along with everybody. You'd see people that had beefs with a lot of guys, or as we call it heat, but there was usually a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he'd have heat with this guy, he'd have heat with this guy. Then you meet guys like Steve Kern, Ricky Steamboat, one of the classiest human beings I've ever met in my life. They had no heat with anybody because of the way they carried themselves with comportment and class. And, so that was a great, great lesson Steve taught me. I'll always appreciate that.
Yeah, respect definitely goes a long way, especially in professional wrestling. You meet a lot of people and you're working with so many people, you're seeing them every day, 365, 24/7. You're on the road with them. And so
Right.
you have to get along with them, find a way to befriend them. And that's
And
what you just got to do.
I'm sure you've heard enough horror stories about the boys on the road. And, and this is such a nice program, I really can't share them. But, he'll in a room with Sid Vicious or the Iron Sheik, for example. And, that's where it comes in, where you really have to kind of learn how to manage personalities because there's so many diverse personalities in the locker room. It's unbelievable. Cultures, religions, personalities, you name it. So I think that's a real tremendous trait to have
It
that'll
is.
serve you well in life.